Hi guys, it's Cameron from the Mighty Blues. This is my instant match reaction. Everton 0, Manchester City 2 at Goodison Park. Everton done by 2 late goals for Manchester City. And listen, for me, I thought we played well. I really did. I thought the performance was a lot better than we have been playing in recent weeks. I think we were up for it. The players showed a little bit of heart, they showed a little bit of fight, and they showed a little bit of willingness to actually want to win the game. I think the atmosphere was a lot better at Goodison Park than it has been in recent weeks, and I think every single Evertonian at Goodison tonight wanted us to go on and win that game of football. We were behind the players, and the players were given a little bit of heart and passion tonight. And listen, I think we've been beaten 2-0 at the end, but like I said, 2 very late goals, and the first one is something that we're seeing week in, week out now, and it is becoming embarrassing for me. It really is. You know, as soon as we're giving away free kicks on the edge of the box, you could almost predict it's going to be a goal. And, you know, as soon as we give away that free kick in the last seconds of stoppage time in the first half, I knew where it was going. It was only going one place, into the box, and whoever was going to be on the end of it wasn't going to be marked. What happened? It went straight into the box, and he has a free header and he scores. I mean, we had a scare earlier on in the game where a similar thing happened. Laporte again had a free header and he put it wide, but it's becoming ridiculous now. It's becoming a joke how many times teams can just put balls into the box and players can be stood there not, you know, marked and left to get a free head on the goal is absolutely unbelievable. But, you know, regardless of that and taking that away, I think the Blues played really well tonight. Listen, we'll disregard the second goal because it's in the last minute of the second half and it's a bit scruffy. It's, you know, bobbling up and Jesus ends up getting the better of it. But I thought we played really well tonight. I thought we played better than we have done in recent weeks. Listen, there's many positives to take. There's still some negatives. Of course, the defending set pieces is a massive issue. And listen, Marco Silva needs to look at this squad and look at these players and think, if these can't play zonal marking, I'm just going to have to revert back to man-to-man. Listen, it doesn't matter if you prefer zonal marking. It doesn't matter if that's your style of football. If these players cannot play it, then we need to revert back to, you know, man-to-man and back to basics, really. And we just need to do the basic thing of picking up a man in the box if you haven't got one, and then jumping with them and making sure that whatever ball they go for, you win it before them. And then 90% of the goals we concede would be prevented, because every single goal we seem to be conceding at the minute is just a ball into the box and a player's unmarked and jumps and wins the header and ends up putting it in the back of the net. But like I said, regardless of that, I thought we actually showed a bit of passion and we actually showed a bit of fight today, and we actually showed, you know what, we want to play for these fans. And, you know, what happened in return? The fans got behind the players. There's been a massive, you know, debate recently between Evertonians on social media and stuff saying, whose responsibility is it? Is it the fans' responsibility to back the players? Is it the players' responsibility to give the fans something to scream about? For me, it's a 50-50 relationship, and it works both ways. It works both ways, and that's what happened tonight. The players give a little bit of passion, they give a little bit of heart, and the fans jumped on it, and the fans were up, and the fans were singing, and the fans were, you know, trying to spur them on to get something out of the game. Yes, City, you know, obviously come out victorious, and let's be honest, they're the best team in the country, so it's understandable why, but we give them a game of football and we didn't fold, and we didn't sit there and say, you know what, we're just here to be beaten. We actually give them a game of football and we said, we're going to make it tough for you. We conceded 2 goals that realistically we could prevent, and a goal that, you know, we've seen happen so many times this season, and it's becoming a joke now. But I thought overall we played a lot better than we have done certainly in recent weeks. I thought Tom Davies was absolutely astonishing. I thought he was a quality performance today from him. I thought he was unbelievable. Joe Kenny as well stepped in for Seamus Coleman and was unbelievable again. Astonishing, is that the right word? Or is that a negative? I don't know, my head's everywhere, but he was absolutely unbelievable today, as was Joe Kenny, like I mentioned. Both young Evertonians at heart stepping in and showing what it means to fight for that badge and showing what it means to want to play for Everton Football Club, and that lifted every other player. Garner Gay stepping back in after everything that's happened with him and putting in a decent performance, getting himself dirty, putting in some, you know, tackles that he needed to. I thought it was really positive, and it was a really refreshing performance. Like I said, for me, if Davis is playing like that, he has to play every week, because I thought he was absolutely fantastic on the ball. I think he made a tackle in the first 5 minutes and it lifted the crowd, and that's what we've needed, players to give the crowd something to shout about. Just a quick word on Pawson, the referee. He's a joke. He's an absolute joke. He is a shocking official, an absolutely disgraceful referee, and he shouldn't come to Goodison Park ever again. He is disgusting. Laporte should have walked. He should have been sent off. He made a challenge that he got absolutely nowhere near. He clattered into the back of Theo Walcott, I think it was, and he took him straight out and he should have walked. Little old Craig Pawson doesn't even give a card for it. He's an absolute shithouse of a referee, and you know, again, another referee in this league that's proven that they can't even referee, like, you know, an average game of football. He wouldn't be able to referee a Sunday league game. He's a joke. But nevertheless, a lot of positives to take out of that performance from Everton despite the defeat. Listen, I think if you'd have said to a lot of fans today, we'll go into this game, you know, regardless, don't forget about what's going on with the title race at the minute, because we're not involved. Tonight was about Everton, and for me, every single Evertonian in that ground wanted Everton to go on and win that game. And if you'd have said to the majority of Evertonians before the game, listen, the players are going to go out today and they're going to give their all and they're going to actually fight for once. Yet we might be undone by, you know, the quality of City, but they're going to fight. I think a lot of Evertonians have took that, and that's what we've seen tonight. A lot of positives to take from that, but we have to take it into the Watford game. It's going to be a tough game. Watford, they're going to make it hard. They're going to make it hostile for Marco Silva. They're going to make it hostile for Richarlison, and we need to pick ourselves back up, because at the end of the day, it is a defeat. So we need to pick ourselves back up, and if we play like that against Watford, we'll beat Watford. If we play with that passion and we play with that heart, and we just create a little bit more chances, we'll beat Watford. I don't want to talk about negatives, but I don't think there was enough up front today for me. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is probably the only player that I thought had a decent game up there. Everybody else, including the players that come on as subs, just didn't do enough for me. But anyway, regardless, it was a better performance than we've seen in recent weeks, and you know, the players actually showed some heart and some fight for once, and at the end of the day, they give what they had, and you can't ask for much more than that. But anyway, that's it from me. Everton 0, Manchester City 2. Hopefully we can, you know, show the same sort of heart and passion on Saturday and get an all-important win against Watford. But that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.